Welcome to Crypto Smasher, where we live and breathe cryptocurrency. If this is also of interest to you, then be sure to subscribe to be informed when new content comes out. Today we will be checking out a curated list of Reddit comments concerning the impact of listing Evergrow Coins on centralized exchanges. It has been quite a divisive topic, and we will look to capture the various perspectives on the matter from the Evergrow Reddit community. For my 2 cents, I'm a fan of the exposure benefits of a centralized exchange listing. This also indicates a shift from the reflection-heavy structure to a more sustainable, utility-based approach. Is it a sustainable approach paying $30 million in reflections every couple of months for the business, I wonder? Also, with the utilities and the need for traction, a huge tax when I buy an Evergrow coin could prove a stumbling block when it comes to mass adoption. Be sure to let me know where you stand in the comments section. That's enough of my thoughts anyway, let's dive into the Reddit comments. Comment 1. I know that's the ultimate end game, but with this kind of reflection token I do not think it was the right move so early. It was gaining traction organically, even just only being available on decentralized exchange. Huge pump came before any of these weak exchanges. Since then a ton of FUD, reflections coming to a halt, value down ridiculously, and now praying these utilities pay off, though I don't expect them to be rocketing right away. In hindsight, they should have waited till they worked out reflections on a centralized exchange and the exchange they're creating, in my opinion. Hope I'm proven wrong and it rockets in 2022. Comment 2. It was split here at the time whether it was a good or bad move to transition to a centralized exchange without proper implementation of the reflections tokenomics. I think with hindsight it was a terrible move for the project. Of the scenarios that were supposed to mitigate the concern about the move and strategy change, none have actually panned out, although it's still early and in theory they could work. I honestly think people are going to get hit with a similar dose of reality when the utilities launch and they aren't an immediate success, because they've been really overhyped without considering how difficult it is to bring in users to new platforms. Comment 3. I'm going to hold all the way to zero, but I was against tax-free trading so early. True, the holder count has gone up, but it's at a crawl, along with the rewards. In defense, the marketing is minimal, and it's literally insanely early. Comment 4. Price was on a massive downtrend before the exchanges as the whales took profit. If we had stayed off exchanges we would have stagnated. These things take time. Comment 5. I personally think it was a mistake. If you look at the reasoning at the time, none of it has really panned out. Our volume and reflections have dropped significantly since the centralized exchange became an option. On the other hand, I don't know of any business that was started without a mistake or two. I still think Evergrow will be a success, it will just take longer than most were expecting. Comment 6. A centralized exchange listing was absolutely required. This is short-term thinking and assuming A equals B when it doesn't. Some left because they didn't like the way a centralized exchange would work, but overall it was whales that got an early cashing out. Why is a centralized exchange required? Because the goal of this coin isn't a short-term meme token. It's a utility token with a full ecosystem and metaverse full of products in the works. In order for the coin to be useful, it has to be obtainable by the general public. It also has to be profitable, and people aren't going to pay an extra 14% to use the token on the platforms if they are just trying to buy NFTs or see certain creators or play a certain game. A centralized exchange is a step to getting listed on larger exchanges, and the easier it is to buy, the easier it is to adopt, and the easier it is to use. Centralized exchange is about utility and use. Further, the 14% being built into the price on the exchange means the tokens going to the exchange are taxed. We have just already received the tax before it had moved there. With the price built in, this makes utility easier on the platforms because there isn't some sort of, I'm not paying that 14% extra fee, because that fee is part of the price. Users can buy from the exchange to fill their wallet to use the coin, and since every coin has to be replaced on the exchange, taxes come in while ease of utility stays easy. People can buy and use the coins on the platforms without that barrier. It's a complicated macroeconomic system, and what most fail to realize is the brilliance the centralized exchange solution actually solves. The payoff from that is coming in the future, and without it, everything in 2022 would have been doomed. That was merely step 1 for a newer coin that was necessary. It was essentially putting ATMs into your store so people could buy and use the coin. Comment 7. The thing we know as a 100% fact is the very first day Evergrow was listed on the first centralized exchange, our volume dropped and has never been the same. You can talk about new wallets or whatever, but this coin was not designed to care about how many wallet holders there are. It was designed to be traded. As of today, the 30th of December, centralized exchange listing has harmed price and reflections. That's all for today. Many thanks for your time. Happy 2022 to you all, and I will see you in the next Crypto Smasher video.